What's up? I'm Steph SABRAW. Welcome to our new segment, CineQuickies, where I will be breaking down the biggest news in movies and TV from the weekend. We are going to start with James Cameron continuing to be a box office baller because now he has 3 of the top 4 highest grossing films worldwide, that being Avatar: The Way of Water. The only one that he didn't direct is Endgame. I'm sure he feels like a loser for that. This is an article from azertag.az, which says James Cameron's blockbuster Avatar: The Way of the Water has overtaken James Cameron's other blockbuster Titanic as the 3rd highest grossing movie in history. The sci-fi sequel has now generated $1.538 million overseas, trailing only James Cameron's other blockbuster Avatar $2.1 billion and Avengers Endgame $1.9 billion. I wonder if this will overtake Avatar or perhaps Avengers Endgame if it's already at 1.5 and Avengers Endgame's at 1.9. I don't know. There could be a war of the movies worldwide here. The follow-up film ranks as the 4th highest grossing movie in history. It'll likely pass the global tally for Titanic in the next week or so. Like the original Avatar, ticket sales for the sequel have been fueled by IMAX and 3D screens as well as a repeat customers across all ages and demographics. I'm in this demographic. I've seen this movie 3 times, all in 3D, because I had to take my family, I had to take my friends, and I had to take myself. You should take yourself on dates sometimes. Moving on to the next story. So if you remember Squid Game, it's the most watched show in Netflix history. I definitely watched it only because I wanted to be a part of the conversation, not because I like watching people kill themselves for money. But Netflix made a reality show based off of the show, and apparently the conditions were absolutely inhumane. That is a quote from someone on site. This article is from Variety. When John heard that Netflix was making a reality show version of the streamer's hit drama Squid Game, he was all in. His love of the original series resonated with casting agents, and to his amazement, he was tapped as one of the 456 contestants playing the UK filmed game. As far as John was concerned, that eye-watering $4.56 million cash prize, the biggest ever in reality history, had his name on it. I thought I was going to win it because I'm so competitive. I feel like everyone would think that they're gonna win it, or else why would you enter it, right? I would never enter one of these things, that's for sure. When it comes to these sorts of games, I'm good at them. They're games of chance, luck, and wit. I live for that sort of thing. But on day 1 of production, John died playing the very first challenge. The died was in quotations. The British native was among roughly 228 contestants immediately eliminated from Squid Game, the challenge on January 23rd in a game of red light, green light that will go down in the annals of reality TV history. The char's here. Annals. Wow. Freudian slip in the annals. Certainly the incident provided a memorable front page for British tabloid The Sun, whose January 25 splash read, Squid Game horror in UK. The story described how contestants on the reality show had been left freezing in a cavernous airplane hangar in Bedford, playing a seemingly interminable game where they had to hold statue-like poses for almost 30 minutes. On-set medics had been called repeatedly to a scene that one contestant described as a war zone played out in frigid temperatures. Didn't these players realize that they were signing up to a reality show based on one of the most sinister, bloody survival dramas ever made? Netflix was quick to kibosh tabloid reports of a contestant being stretchered out publicly playing down the incident. The streamer said it cared deeply about the health and safety of the cast and crew. It was very cold on set, but the participants were prepared for that. It seems bad, but it is true. You did sign up for a game that's based on a game that's horrific, where people died. Contestants such as John and 2 others who spoke to Variety on the condition of anonymity, their real names have been changed, say they never signed up for the physical ordeal that they went through. So I guess they thought it was a mental game?
Did they not watch the show?
I could barely watch these people do it. Why would I sign up for a game that was based on it? Not to judge y'all, but I'm kind of citing for Netflix, and that says a lot because they just made it so we can't share passwords. This just seems like, why would you do this type of game? You wouldn't catch a Char and I playing this. Okay. I'm moving on from this article. All right, so the Super Bowl will be this weekend, Sunday night, which obviously coincides with a lot of our new favorite shows, The Last of Us, which premieres on HBO Max and HBO Live on Sundays. So they're actually going to change the streaming time this week because they don't want it to compete with the Super Bowl, which I think is a pretty smart choice. And they're going to be premiering it on Friday, February 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern. So this is 2 days before the series is regularly scheduled. See, I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl not for football, but for Rihanna. And I think that there's a big group of us that feel the same way. Like, I've talked to a few people who didn't know the Super Bowl was this weekend. I don't know if I live in a bubble or what, but I will be watching the Riri show. I'm glad I can watch The Last of Us on Friday, but I'll probably watch it again on Sunday after I watch Rihanna perform. Okay, this article is coming in from Pitchfork. Matthew McConaughey voices Elvis Presley in new Netflix cartoon Agent Elvis. I am an adult animated show fan. I love shows on Adult Swim. I love the Harley Quinn animated show, and I love me some Matthew McConaughey. So this would be fun to see him take on Elvis in this sort of genre. Matthew McConaughey is voicing in Agent Elvis, a new animated series that's coming to Netflix. The program follows the late superstar through fictitious adventures as a secret agent. It hits the platforms in March. Priscilla Presley executive produced the series, and Archer's Mike Arnold is its head writer and showrunner. Oh, that's cool. That family was involved. I always think that when you're covering some or making a show or movie about someone who's no longer with us, I think family or someone who knows them should be involved. I mean, I don't set the rules, but it feels like you're giving the blessing of whatever you're portraying that person as. Archer is one of the most beloved series ever, so that's cool that they have Mike Arnold as its head writer. I think I would give this a try. I like the way that it's being pitched. It's more because of the way it's being pitched, not because I have to see something on Elvis, if that makes sense. But I'm curious if you guys are interested in watching this show. Okay, this article is from the LA Times. AMC Theaters offers cheaper tickets for worse seats while raising prices for the middle. I'm only laughing because I feel like AMC is constantly in beef with the rest of the world. They just can't get it right. I hear a lot of good things about AMC A-List, but this seems controversial, which I do like that a little bit. AMC Theaters has introduced a new pricing program offering cheaper seats for movie fans who don't mind sitting in the front row in the latest attempt to increase attendance and profits after the COVID-19 pandemic. Its new pricing initiative, called Sightline, will be expanded to all its domestic locations by year end. The price of a standard seat in the auditorium isn't changing. Okay, that's good. But as showings after 4 p.m., so-called value sightline, I hate this verbiage, seats located in the front row of the auditorium will be cheaper. Only members of AMC's Stubs loyalty program will have access to the discounted seats. Okay, so more incentive to join the program. I can't knock them on that. That's good business. And I heard it's actually a pretty good program. Those who want the best seats will have to pay a premium. Preferred seats, typically in the middle of the auditorium, will cost more than the standard tickets, AMC said. Exact pricing details were not disclosed. I hate this. I think this is so stupid. I really feel like we're getting on Titanic and entering a movie theater in classes, which is really dumb. Like, you're sitting in the middle of the middle of the theater where everyone wants to be, and then it's like people know you spent more. I don't know. I don't like it. Are you guys still going to go to AMC? What's your opinion on this? I think that I get as a business you have to make decisions like this, but this seems a little grabby because I feel like they're doing pretty good. They're still like the biggest theater out there. All right, that wraps up our news updates for the day. Make sure to subscribe, turn on all notifications so that you know when we drop another video. And thanks for watching. I'm Steph SABRAW. Much love.